phone. Let me shut this down or it'll be blowing up all night. There we go. All right, it's Travis with Oscar Mike Radio. How are you doing? We are live tonight. Live, L-I-V-E, for number 237. And it's April Fool's. So I thought about it. I'm like, how weird does one of my shows land on April Fool's Day? What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? And I just thought I'd go live tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on in April and May and through the summer. COVID-19 notwithstanding, we are truly on the move. And I want to thank you for being here with me tonight, checking this out. Oscar Mike Radio, or Oscar Mike, means on the move. And this started about 5 years ago as a show. In fact, this month, 5 years ago, we got going. And there is Mr. Leibowitz and Brianna. Thank you for coming on. Doing a little live thing tonight. Thank you very much. And so I can't remember if I ever had a show drop on April Fool's Day. Ever. And I'm like, I could do a pre-production. I wanted to do a live tonight. Wanted to kind of talk with you all. And, if I'm going true military dark humor, I mean, let's start with some April Fool's stuff. Like, I could say, hey, all veterans are going to be guaranteed a job and free education when they get out of the military, regardless of combat status. Now, that might be a pipe dream, but for us veterans, that's April Fool's Day. I could sit there and say, hey, our kit, our equipment, our trucks aren't going to be built by the lowest bidder anymore. They're going to be built by the Mercedes-Benz of military hardware. No expense is going to be spared for our active duty service members. That'd be kind of an April Fool's thing, but we all know that's not ever going to happen. So, hey Scott, how's it going? How was the Jacksonville hike? So I figured it'd be cool to kind of do this, right? Let's figure out the biggest April Fool's thing we can talk about for veterans and realize that it's not really like some companies are doing, like, hey, we're releasing this, this or that on April Fool's Day. They drop some really cool stuff. I don't know. I mean, I could sit there and say, hey, your PFT score, you having problems hearing? Let me check this out real quick, because it's coming through my monitor just fine. I am turned up and it's coming over my phone good. Anybody else? Anybody else having problems hearing? Turn down my phone. Yeah, my board is good. My phone sounds good. Now look halfway decent too. Volume is kind of low. Let's try this now. How's it now? Now I sound in my ears. I sound extremely loud, very, very loud. But we'll do this. I'm all on my phone. It's actually coming over really good. But now I am like shouting in my ears. Very weird. All right, we'll deal. Okay, so Brianna says, I sound good now. All right. I don't know. My board hasn't changed in months. No problem. Thank you, Rich. So yeah, again, this is April Fool's, and I figured, I would make it interactive tonight, one, and then two, talk about some stuff that, for us military veterans and active duty guys and gals, are not really April. They're not really funny, but it'd be nice to have. GQ checking in. Becky, how are you doing? One of my April's Fool's things I was going to say is, hey, your weapons, your equipment, your your tanks, guns, bullets aren't built by the lowest bidder anymore. The powers be actually went out and found people to build like high-end stuff. Oh, wait a minute, I'm going to turn my phone again because Richard said he still can't hear me. High-end stuff. Oh, wait a minute, I'm going to turn my phone again because Richard said he still can't hear me. My phone is like. My phone is good. My sound on my end is good. I don't know what else to do. Jim, how's it going? You worked 11 hours a day, Becky? Oh my God. What do they have you doing? All right. So, if you can hear me, Brianna, you got a perfect score on your PFT? That's savage. You know what? I'm going to tell you something right now, Brianna. There you go. Now we're getting it. I am below the minimum standard for the Marine Corps' weight and height standard. I'm a picture-perfect Marine right now. Yeah, I could go back in the Marine Corps right now and pass the height and weight standard, no problem. So, okay, Brianna, we're getting it going. That's good. Becky says she had someone call in. Very nice. Next April Fool's thing that, veterans don't think is funny, but it's kind of funny is, hey, we're going to make sure all the water at base installations exceeds federal standards. Let's try that one out for size. And Brianna runs a 5-minute mile. Savage. So it's kind of like, these companies, like Mercedes-Benz could, release a bicycle or something, and people would try to buy it, or Tesla could say, hey, we're coming out with a boat. All this military and veterans people want is it sounds like normal stuff, but it doesn't happen that way. Becky says she's soaking up all the OT available. Hey, that's another thing. Did you hear military publications say that service members are going to start getting paid overtime for being out in the field or working late? There we go. I mean, if the lieutenant wants you guys to come in and rake rocks on the weekend to impress the captain, you're going to get paid for that. It's outstanding. Right? Yes, Jim Tuff is April Fool's, and I'm having a little fun tonight, doing a couple things a little bit differently, trying out some things, and we'll see how this works. I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming in. And I'm going to give a little shout out here to Alpha Bravo Custom Designs for this awesome hat I'm wearing. I'm going to tilt my head down a little bit. You can see the black leather patch with the microphone embossed on it. Yep, that was done by Alpha Bravo Custom Designs. Going to have them on. Oh snap! Matty C Sports for You and Me. Matt Cameron is on. If you haven't checked out, Matty C Sports for You and Me's podcast, you ought to. If you like sports, he's a great podcaster. Got a lot going on. It's great. Matt, drop a link to your show in the comments, please. So, Richard says he's still having a couple of issues. Can everybody hear me? Let's just do a timeout. We got a couple more minutes. Can everybody hear me? Oh, and right there, my son. Tell you what, having kids that can drive is great. My son just went out and got Chipotle for us tonight. I didn't have to go out and do it. It's fantastic. Hold on, I'm going to turn up my phone real quick. Just went out and got Chipotle for us tonight. I didn't have to go out and do it. It's fantastic. Hold on, I'm going to turn up my phone real quick. Just went out and got Chipotle for us tonight. I didn't have to go out and do it. It's fantastic. I'm going to turn up my phone. All right, so it doesn't seem to be me. And yes, Becky, that was my son coming in the door to put the food right here. I don't even have to get up. I can just eat right here, right in front of you right now. I don't know what to say. Because I am right, according to the software and the board, I am like loud in my ears. So if you can't hear me, then I'm gonna, really go back to the drawing board. So it's April Fool's. It's Good Friday tomorrow. Does anybody have anything planned for this long weekend? And if you're religious or whatever, what is your tradition around Easter? Oh, thanks, Matt. Yeah, I really want you to click on the YouTube and the podcast link and subscribe to this podcast. He has a lot of cool sports guests on, and he's doing a whole lot with epilepsy, and going to have him on to talk about that because Matt's using his podcast to raise awareness and funds for epilepsy. Becky says she's working 10 hours tomorrow. Wow, Becky, that is savage. That is really getting after it. I mean, how's the job going? I mean, you got into a different career, and it looks like you're taking off. Well, usually my sound, Chris, is spot on. I have my Zoom live track for this environment. I got it dialed in, and generally I just turn on and go, and it's right all the time. I don't know what happened tonight, and if you're having trouble hearing me, I really I don't know what to say. Brianna says she's going to her brother's for Easter and some quality time with the kiddos. Very nice. Hopefully you're getting some black jelly beans, Brianna, because that's a must-have for me. Oh, you're back to your pre-Army career, Becky. Nice, nice. Becky's a very creative veteran, has done a whole lot with her own business. Thieves Cleaning Supplies. I love the way it smells, Becky. It's absolutely awesome. I use all the stuff. Can't get enough of that. She's married to Jim Tuff. Jim is doing 22 push-ups a day to keep veteran suicide on the forefront. And it's not just 22 push-ups a day, it's 22 push-ups plus an inspirational, motivational message about life and how to get through adversity, and the fact that you are not alone if you reach out for help. And, I met Jim when he was at like 300 or 400, and he's close to 1,000 now. So it's really great. Oh my God. Well, Rich, don't tempt him. He'll bring him up and he'll do him up right for you. I'm glad you love your job, Becky. This is awesome. So, folks, this is Travis with Oscar Mike Radio. I'm having a little April Fool's fun tonight, trying some new stuff, and not really new, but just a different look and feel. I don't do lives that much. I usually pre-record and master and mix all that stuff to make it look and sound good. And thinking about April Fools, you see all the companies and all the actors saying this and that, and people are like, yeah, haha, that's funny. Well, April Fools in the military could be like, hey, we're going to make sure you have a job before you leave the service. And, that wouldn't be April Fools for us. That'd be a really cool thing. So, we're just having some fun tonight, and thanks for all the comments. Zero Black Jelly Beans. I'm behaving myself for the War Room Biggest Loser competition. So, I met Brianna through Oscar Mike Radio, and then we've gotten close through Cocktails in the War Room. This is because we're both heavy metal music fans, hard rock, and we were fans of Mistress Carrie, who was the DJ for WAAF from 10 to 2. AAF went off the air, and she started Cocktails in the War Room about a year ago with the COVID pandemic. And we become really tight with the War Room family. So that's how we met, and that's what we do, and that's what she means. And there is a Biggest Loser competition. Yeah. So lots of good stuff coming up for me and Oscar Mike Radio in the next couple of months. I'm really kind of blessed. For whatever reason, there's a lot of music artists, country and otherwise, who I'm going to be talking to. And I don't know anything about country music, but for whatever reason, I get asked to talk to these artists about what their journey and story is. I'm looking forward to getting that out to you. Talking to a guy who did his own heavy metal albums. Think Fear Factory plus KMFDM, if you remember who that is. Fear Factory is kind of really industrial, metal, and these guys are called the Isolated Antagonist. And a lot of this was based on Glenn's time in the military. He takes the proceeds or the profits of his album sales and donates it to veterans organizations, which is really cool. And I'm going to have him on. Going to have some other artists on from the Nashville area. That's really cool. And getting that going. You're going to see stuff from Chris Turner. One of the artists in Nashville is Chris Turner. And he's doing what's called the Freedom Tour in the summer. Nashville's a little bit differently than where I'm living right now in terms of their risk tolerance for COVID-19. So he's looking forward to getting back on the road and making some money. So, good stuff. Oh, you're a metalhead, Maddie? I thought you were not. I don't know why I thought that, but I didn't think metal was your calling. Got some really, really cool stuff going on this summer with Danielle Rocco, Coach Rocco. So I can't let the cat out of the bag, but it's going to be really cool. And then, I'm really excited to see people starting their own shows, getting their own message out there about things they're passionate about, and just having a good time doing this. And, I may do this more often. if I get some feedback that people like this kind of stuff, I'll do it more often. The live streams, just sitting here and talking to you all. Well, you all know where I'm at because you shipped me stuff here before, Becky. I'm in the Northeast. It was almost cold enough to snow today. That's how cold it was. Whew. No, your equipment's not 15 years old. The military gets the newest and bestest of everything, right? Right? Okay, so Maddie likes some Tool. Yes. Disturbed. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. We got to remember that one. We got to get you into the war room, Matt, and part of the family there. So one of the things coming up in May. I don't know, Rich. Nothing but love, man. We'll figure that out. We got stuff coming up with you too, and I was getting ready to get to that. I really appreciate getting to know Richard Fitz Jr. He has been a source of counsel and wisdom, and also his story. He is a Gold Star son. He lost his father in Laos in 1967, and he did a movie later called 21 Years of Folded Flag, and it's really powerful, impactful. It's authentic, and it's won several awards at film festivals. And we're looking to do something around Memorial Day to, bring awareness to Vietnam veterans. Well, I love you, dude. All the love. You've seen Tool 6 times, Maddie? All right. So I'm loving this. I'm loving the comments coming in, and I'm kind of making this work, but I haven't done a live streaming like this in a very long time. And I'm curious for anybody out there, would you like me to do this again? I could see myself doing like my show on Thursday night, and then maybe on like a Tuesday or even a Wednesday going live just to chat with people, maybe take ideas for stories or ideas for swag or merch. I mean, like this hat is not this exact hat, but I'm putting out a line of hats this year made by Alpha Bravo Custom Design. And, your feedback about things you'd like to see with OMR on it would be cool. Truth, fact of the matter is, you all raised money last year for veterans organizations by buying Oscar Mike Radio stuff. So I really appreciate the support. I really do. Yeah, I hope Maynard's okay with the voice stuff. Once your voice starts going as a singer, it's pretty tough. So again, I just wanted to do something very, very different. I'm going to take this and take the audio and video and turn it into a podcast / show, and do all this. I'm trying something different with my software night. Definitely will get the sound dialed in perfectly. Like I said, I got it perfect for interviews, but maybe not so much for this at first. Shirts and tank tops. Well, ask and ye shall receive. So, yes, Alice in Chains. Jim Tuff is a huge Alice in Chains fan. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I like me some Alice in Chains. So, look, I'm going to end it here and turn this into a show for YouTube and Instagram, and then do a podcast out of this and just have some fun with this. So, I hope you're April Fools. No one makes a fool out of you. And thanks for coming in tonight. And I might here in a couple of weeks start doing this more often. It's good practice for me, and obviously I got a little bit of tuning to do on my equipment for doing this kind of live stream. But I really appreciate the support. Thanks everybody for coming in, and if you're off tomorrow, enjoy it. And if you're not off, I hope your workday goes smoothly and that you have a safe and happy Easter. We're in flight.